Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair, that's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. If you don't know who she is, then get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magical school called Hogwarts in England where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic and buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put my middle finger up at them. These are the famous first words spoken in the infamous fanfiction known as My Immortal. Written between March 2006 and July 2007 by a person by the name of Tara Gillespie, personally I'm going Gillespie, with help from her friend Raven. My Immortal is a 44-chapter long Harry Potter based fanfiction that surrounds our protagonist Ebony, or an Obby, or a Bori, or a Noni, or any other misspelling that happens in this thing, and her adventures in Hogwarts with a gang of bisexual vampire lovers. Boy, is that a sentence and a half. Man, it seems all the youth know these days is to be bisexual, eat hot chip, and listen to emo music. Known for its horrible grammar, disregard for the source material, and the author's often abrasive manner at the start of every chapter, it's widely speculated that this fanfiction is satire because of the sheer volume of what the fuck moments within it. However, no one knows for sure if it's real or just a joke. For anyone who isn't familiar with this fanfiction, if that's you watching right now, how's the grass feel? It's nice? I think this clip best describes the vibe of My Immortal.
Number 4. Vampires love evanescence. Wake me up!
Wake me up inside!
I can't wake up!
Wake me up inside!
Save me!
Okay, bit of a side note before I continue. I need more people to watch What We Do in the Shadows, both film and TV, because it is gold. Now you may be thinking, Edith, why are you making a video on this? You were barely crawling when this fanfiction came out. While I do admit I have a different perspective on this due to my age and the fact that I didn't live through the emo internet takeover era, I think I have the credentials necessary to make this video because, well, I was, and still kind of am, a massive emo. If you can't tell from the camera, a lot of what is on my wall right now is memorabilia from my past emo phase. Like, for example, right up there is the cover sleeve from the Black Parade CD that I own. We've got 3 cheers over there, and some other miscellaneous emo stuff. This fanfiction also speaks to me because when I was young, dumb, and naive, I was a Tara. Not a writing emo Harry Potter fanfiction Tara, but I listened to My Chemical Romance so much as a child it ruined my brain chemistry to the point where I posted shit like this on the internet for everyone to see, Tara. You know, I even have a distinct memory of submitting the spoken word intro to Na Na Na, you know, the future is bulletproof, the aftermath is secondary thing as my year 6 leavers quote when I was leaving primary school to go to high school. I don't think they let me have it because it was a Catholic school and they probably had a stroke upon seeing the word Killjoy written down, but you know, I was proud of it. Honestly, I just look at the shit I posted back in 2017 and 2018, and I can see immediately from my posts why nobody wanted to talk to me when I was younger. Well anyways, today I'm going to relive the cringe fest that was my past emo phase, while I teach you all the lore behind what I consider to be the greatest piece of modern literature ever written. I would have worn something more appropriate instead of my Bring Me the Horizon t-shirt, like an MCR t-shirt or something like that, but rather ironically, I actually got my MCR t-shirt stolen from me. You'll see what that becomes ironic in due course. In this video, I'm going to be covering what I call the abridged version of the story behind My Immortal and the story of My Immortal itself, meaning that I'll give you the lore behind it, but I won't be going full tinfoil hat conspiracy theory on it because, well, people have already beat me to it. And I'm lazy. And I also quite enjoy being sane. Without further ado, polish your fangs and get out your cups full of the blood of the preps, and let's get stuck in to the legend of My Immortal. The time It's February 2006. My Chemical Romance's live album is due to release in a month's time, and another album will soon follow suit. Daniel Radcliffe is dominating kids' hearts in the Harry Potter movies, and J.K. Rowling hasn't discovered what Twitter is yet. Truly an ample time for a little emo child with a love of the wizarding world to thrive. And during this time, one particular child decides to dip her toes in the world of fanfiction writing. Someone by the name of Raven, or Bloody Tears 666 as she was done by on fanfiction.net. You see, before there was Tara, there was Raven, and before there was My Immortal, there was I'm Not Okay. The precursor to My Immortal, I'm Not Okay, named after the MCR song of the same name, was first posted to fanfiction.net on the 16th of February 2006, around 2 weeks before My Immortal was first posted, and it ran for 5 chapters alongside My Immortal until the 6th of April 2006. I'm mostly going to focus on the first few chapters because there's nothing really too juicy about it right now, but trust me though, it's going to get juicy. I'll let Raven's fabulous synopsis of I'm Not Okay set the scene for us. In this tragic story, a gothic girl comes to Hogwarts and falls in love. CDF crossover. I suck at summaries, lol. Please rate and review. Not for preps. Trigger for swearing, sexual content to come later, and that. The story follows our protagonist, Eternity Dementia Johnson. Where have I heard that one before? And her adventures in Hogwarts, a school which she moves to after being bullied in Los Angeles high school. We learn in the first chapter that Eternity's parents died when she was 2, leading her to get adopted by a new, abusive family when she was 5. When she was 11, she kept getting mail and stuff from Hogwarts, but her adopted parents wouldn't let her go. Finally, at 14, she ran away from home and got on the train to her new school, which is now in America for some reason. Eternity meets Draco Malfoy on the train to Hogwarts, thus starting a love story to rival that of Twilight. For those worried about where Tara is, don't worry. She gets a cameo in the form of Eternity's friend Elvira, who she meets in chapter 2. Some of my favourite quotes in this fanfiction include gems like, "What's your name, Master Eternity?" "Draco," he said. "That's an unusual name, but I guess I can't fucking talk. My name's Eternity." Draco waved goodbye to Eternity and made Death's touch sign. Office note, if you don't know what that is, I suggest you fuck off to a Britney Spears concert or something. A girl with brown hair and brown eyes kept staring at them. She was talking, probably about cheerleading or some shit like that, with a girl with long blonde hair. Satan had long black hair up to his chin, just like Gerard. His eyes were pale blue and misty, like tears Eternity cried every night. Oh yeah, Satan is in this for some reason, and he also looks like Gerard Way apparently. It's never really explained why I'm Not Okay abruptly ended, but it's implied in the author's note of the fanfiction that Tara and Raven wrote after My Immortal that Raven just got bored of the story. Honestly, I relate. While I'm Not Okay has its flaws, it's surprisingly coherent, which is more than can be said about what soon followed it. Your friend of mine, Tara aka XXX Bloody Wrist 666 XXX, is about to take centre stage. Oh boy, where do I even begin? My Immortal, named after the Evanescence song of the same name, ran from March of 2006 to July of 2007, and it's certainly something. Gothic Satanist, lover of Hot Topic, and mortal enemy of Britney Spears. Yes, Britney Spears is an actual character in My Immortal. My Immortal follows the tale of Ebony and her time in Hogwarts, which is somehow now teleported from Scotland to England. Now that's a downgrade if I've ever seen one. We also see the trials and tribulations of her love triangle between Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter, though in this story he's now called Vampire, and has replaced the lightning bolt in his forehead with a pentagram, because, you know, goth. Ebony has feelings for both Draco and Vampire, yet she loves Draco the most. Draco and Vampire, on the other hand, are ex-lovers. I wish I was making this up, and just like any typical teenagers caught in a love triangle would do, they randomly have sex. A lot of it. Or as Tara so eloquently describes it, he put his thingy in my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. None of those words are in the Bible. During this specific encounter, someone jumps out at them. It was Dumbledore. He shouts, "What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers?" at them as he sees them fornicating in the Forbidden Forest. "If you're worried about the language I just used, don't worry, it's okay. Dumbledore only swears whenever he has a headache." Yes, that's actually canon. Ebony is also the lead singer of a metal band called Bloody Gothic Rose 666, with friends Bloody Mary Smith, Hermione, Diablo, Ron Weasley, Hagrid, Vampire, and Draco. All is not well in Hogwarts, however, as beyond the horizon there's imminent danger ahead. Our mate Voldemort, or Vlodimort as it's most commonly spelt here, has entered the chat, and he wants Ebony to kill Vampire, or he'll kill Draco. "No, Voldemort," I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. "No, please," I begged. "Thou must," he yelled. "If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco." "How did you know?" I asked in a surprised way. "I hath telekinesis," he answered cruelly, "and if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco," he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. 10 out of 10 writing right there. While this is happening, there's a subplot involving Snape, and Lupin, who try and blackmail Ebony into doing what Voldemort says, by taking a video of her in the bath and threatening to show the entire school this if she doesn't kill Vampire. Honestly, where was Ofsted in all of this? Ebony and Draco also try and attend 2 MCR concerts during all of this. However, both times it turns out to be Voldemort and the Death Dealers in disguise. Our friend Dumbledore comes to the rescue the second time though, as he suddenly converts into a goth, although Ebony considers him to be a prep and a poser. Eventually, Ebony decides to travel back in time to stop Voldemort, now called Tom Satan Bombadil, from becoming evil. We learn from this that he was in a gothic band called Black Tears with James Potter, Sirius Black, Lucian Malfoy, and a roommate Snap. We also learn that he became the Voldemort we all know and love today because he previously had his heart broken by his ex-boyfriend Hedwig. Yes, the owl. After briefly dating Satan, she brings him back to the present day after getting him and Hedwig back together, where he transforms into Voldemort, and with Snap and Lupin, he decides to kill all the goths in school. As good and evil, prep and goth are cornered together, Ebony decides to take a risk to save Hogwarts. She raises up her wand, shouts abracadabra, and... What, did you think there was going to be a conclusion? No, closure is for losers. We'll never know how it ends, and we'll just have to live with it. Sad times. The thing that obviously sticks out to you when reading are the sheer amount of spelling mistakes within it. Things from character names, to place names, to even the most simple words like then or what are misspelled. I mean, I can't judge because I'm also guilty of texting like a 5-year-old, but hey, at least my texts are legible. I feel like if you showed this to a non-English speaker, their brains would spontaneously combust. Another thing that sticks out are the author's notes that begin each chapter. Oh my god. The author's notes. I said stop flimming, okay? Ebony's name is Nobby, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Stop flaming. If you flame, it means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is because he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. Yes, I'm not updating till I get 5 good reviews. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Because... Fucking hell, what's this say? Because it said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is because he's a Christian. And Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. Please stop flaming the story. If you do, you're a fucking prep. And you're jealous, okay? Fuck me, Jesus Christ, what is this? What? From now on, I'm gonna delete your min reviews. By the way, it won't get a pure blood. So there, thanks to Raven for the help. I needed several prayers to get through that. Now, you may be wondering where Raven fits into all of this. Believe it or not, she was chief editor and proofreader of all of this. Genuinely. She also appears in the fanfiction as a character called Willow, who is one of Ebony's friends. Despite her editing going majority unnoticed, After Raven's involvement in the fanfiction stops, you see the quality nosedive almost immediately. Why did Raven stop editing my Immortal, you ask? Well, this is where it gets juicy. Around chapter 12, we start to get the sense that something is off between the two, when in the author's note, Tara says this. Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. What the fuck, you're supposed to write this? Hey Raven, do you know what my sweater is? Raven didn't edit that chapter, which is odd because she'd edited the other 11 chapters. So why was this the exception? And also, where is Tara's sweater? Well, hold on to that thought for a minute. In chapter 13, we see Raven back editing. However, we also get this from Tara. Raven, thanks for helping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster of Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Prep, stop flaming. You can probably already guess that things are gonna go down here. And boy, do they go down. In chapter 16 of My Immortal and chapter 5 of I'm Not Okay, poster Sweatergate is now in full swing. And what transpires next is nothing short of iconic. Raven, you suck, you fucking bitch. Give me back my fucking sweater. You're supposed to write this. Raven, what the fuck, you bitch? You're supposed to do this. Raven, you fucking suck. Fuck you. Tara is the biggest fucking bitch ever. And by the way, I'm a bigger MCR fan, and Gerard is mine forever. So fuck you. And I'm not giving you your sweater back. P.S. Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I promise to give you back your poster. Both the girls even go as far as to get rid of each other's characters in both their stories, only to bring them back a chapter later in order to try and repair the friendship. That was only in Tara's case though. Raven had stopped writing I'm Okay at this point. Raven opted for a classy ending to Elvira. That fucking whose real name was Lindsay, like that fucking hoe Lindsay Lohan, had gone all the way back to first year, and they put her in Gryffindor where all the preps were, because she couldn't even write properly, and she had to get all her friends to do it for her. How did Tara get rid of Raven's character, you ask? Well, Bloody Mary was standing there. Hajimatashi, girl! Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a subplot where Bloody Mary can speak Japanese. However, it's literally just kawaii and that. But yeah, anyways. By the way, Willow, that fucking poser, got expelled. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. It serves that fucking bitch right, I laughed angrily. Anyways, we were all feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like this Nightmare Before Xmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii, Bloody Mary shook her head energetically, lethargically. Oh yeah, I have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her, and then Lupin did it with her because he's a necrophiliac. Okay then. It's also important to note that Ebony's name in chapter 16 gets temporarily changed to a Bondi Darkness Adventure Tara way. You know, just to add more insult to injury. The fight eventually ends around chapter 18 when Tara eventually gets her sweater back, and Raven also gets her poster back. They even get together after this and write Ghost of You, another Harry Potter inspired fanfiction centered around Hermione that only ever ran for one chapter, and also features Cho Chang in it for the first time, who goes by the name of Dementia. Boy, do these girls love their dementia. So, the story does have a happy ending, I guess. Things from this point still remain at the low literacy level that they had been at when Raven up and left. That is until a certain anonymous person got hold of the fanfiction. Oh yeah, baby, we've also got a hacking scandal up in here. Between chapter 38 and 39, someone by the name of an unknown author who will silently not reveal her identity because she's a coward, managed to get into Tara's fanfiction.net account. In 8 minutes too, by their own admission, which makes me think that Tara's password was like MCR Rock 666 or some shit like that. Along with publishing multiple drafts of previous chapters, this hacker cum author also decided to post a chapter of their own. In this chapter, Ebony is killed after being shot and claims that this is supposed to be her fate as a Mary Sue. As her body ascends and disintegrates into a pile of ashes, the characters break free from the story and are restored back to the canon of their source material and subsequently rejoice by singing Ding Dong the Sue is dead. That is until all the characters dead in the canon suddenly fall to the floor, Harry and Voldemort battle it out while the forces of light and dark surround them, and Draco runs off with Hermione and marries her, for some reason. Meanwhile in hell, Ebony is forced to wear preppy clothes for the rest of eternity. It's basically a page-long piss take, and Honestly, it's amazing. Hats off to you, Anonymous. And with that, we've reached the end of the My Immortal lore. Kind of. The two most commonly asked questions when this fanfiction is brought up are, is this satire and who wrote this? And the answer is, well, no one knows. Somehow Tara and Raven have managed to keep their identities completely hidden from society, which, hats off to them, because that is no easy feat at all. You mean to tell me that the people who wrote this are still walking around just living their lives normally? There have of course been many theories as to who they are, but no one has ever been able to actually pinpoint the authors. Maybe the real author is watching this right now. Maybe it's you. Or maybe it's me. Well, it couldn't have been me, I was still crawling around in nappies by then. As for whether it's real or not, we also don't know. Personally, I think it's real. If you look at things written at the time, you see similar patterns in writing style, which makes it plausible that someone could have genuinely written something like this. Plus, it's the exact level of cringe that Nemo Teen would 100% write. I honestly think that if 11-year-old me was able to be 11 in 2006, I probably would have written My Immortal. At best, all this was done by two friends who just wanted to make fun of the emo culture. At worst, it's just two emo kids being emo kids. Like I said at the start, we've all been a Tara to some capacity at some point in our lives. No matter who wrote it, or whether it's real or not, it exists, and it will forever live in infamy. Thank you so much for watching this and enjoying this if you did. This is my first ever go at a video essay type video, so if it's really amateur, please forgive me. I know the setup and the lighting and everything is horrible, however, I think the Samsung tablet that I'm recording off right now actually fits the aesthetic of what I was talking about. But yeah, it's not gonna stay like this forever, I promise. Just give me some time to get some money, get a camera, and get an actual laptop, and then I'll probably get something a lot more professional than this. But yeah, I'm hoping to make more video essays like this in the future. I have some scripted already, and yeah, just stick around. And also thank you to my subscribers who are going to be dealing with a very stark contrast in content. However, I will still be shitposting, no matter if it's in meme format or video essay format. So yeah, just thank you.